It was kind of dark at first, but soon the tops of the trees gave way and let a bit of sunlight in. I'd never been this deep in the forest before. Sure, my friends and I knew these woods like the backs of our hands, but there was an area in this forest that people refused to go. The brush, a little thicker, the trees looked a little bit taller and more foreboding. The old-timers in the area said that the backwoods were cursed, that it had been that way even when the Native Americans lived here hundreds of years ago. You would get this feeling of dread even going near the area, so we tended to stay out in the front area of the woods. My dad would say, "There's plenty enough to explore in the good side of the forest, no need to venture further." But me and my friends were curious, and we tried a few times but chickened out as soon as we got close. It was odd, you could almost feel dread emanating from the trees. But all of this was about to change. I was sitting on a bench in town waiting for the bus when I overheard them talking. A man. He was telling two others that years ago he ventured into the deep woods. "What was there?" they asked. He looked at them and then at the ground. He said at last, It was twisted." He would say no more. But I decided then and there that we would go and see what he saw. That weekend, me and two of my close friends went out into those woods. Andrew and Jacob, my best buds. We took our cameras and set out to debunk the myth of the curse. It didn't take long for the uneasiness to set in. True to what people had said, the deeper you went, the more oppressive it felt, like a weight of darkness. "Hey," Andrew said at last. He had stopped. We turned to face him. "Maybe we should turn back. I don't like the feel of this." We agreed that it felt bad, but were determined to soldier on. He nodded and followed us. A few minutes later, he stopped again. Without saying a word, he simply turned and went back the way we came. Jacob and I looked at each other, knowing we wanted to follow him, but also that we needed to know what was in this forest. We kept going. There looked to be a clearing up ahead. We made our way to the open area and stopped. It was twisted. The trees, the brush, even the grass. Twisted like a pretzel or a candy cane. We looked at each other, unsure what we were looking at. A bird flew overhead and it cried out in pain. We looked up and saw it fall from the sky. When its body hit the forest floor, we noticed it too was twisted. We turned to run, but the path we had come in was gone. Jacob ran and started to push the brush away, and he screamed. He was twisting right before my very eyes. His face, his eyes, he was horrified. The sound he made, it made my blood run cold. There he stood, a twisted caricature of a human. I screamed and ran as well, but I felt odd. My legs, they started to twist, bend, fold. My bones broke. I screamed again and looked over at Jacob. I could see he was beginning to turn into one of those twisted trees. And so was I.